The man's money is the woman's money, and the woman's money is the woman's money.
Welcome to Bear Lifestyle, the podcast where we talk about taboo topics to make them normal and acceptable. I'm your host, Simona Spark, and I am so excited that you are here. We are about to get naked by stripping away insecurities, judgments, and all kinds of limitations to reveal the essence of who we really are Bear. Bold, authentic, radical, and fully expressed. Let's begin. All right, we here. Very exciting. Let's start with celebration as we usually do. I'm always celebrating myself, my fabulous self, and for being here and creating this space. Today I'm celebrating my guest, the Millionaire Wife. Oh, just wait. And everybody who listens and watches. So cheers, cheers. Clink, clink.
Cheers, cheers.
Water and tea. I diluted my tea. I mean, I wish it would be scotch, but it's a little bit too early for that.
It's okay. It's okay.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm very excited about this conversation because now that we are in the week of Valentine's Day, when this is published,
Yes.
I invited here this phenomenal woman that I will just start with telling you from the very start. Open the show notes, look where you could find her, follow her on Instagram. If you're a woman, and not only, you need to follow her account. It's
Must,
as you
must.
see at Millionaire Wife, right? You know, she didn't come empty-handed here.
Never,
She
never.
brought a gift to tell us where to find this millionaire man, right? And so much more that you could see in the links about her work. So welcome, Miss
Thank you
Millionaire
for
Wife.
having me. Thank you for having me. I'm so appreciative.
I'm very grateful that I got to talk with you the other day for a couple of minutes and just learn that. Here's the thing, though. I will start with that. We go on social media and we see all the things, and we know there is a big trend like this faceless accounts and stuff, and yours is doing very well. And I'm so inspired with each post, right?
I love it.
And then I meet you, and I'm just like, wait, what?
What can I say?
So I don't want to take that away from our audience. Would you tell us a little bit in like a few sentences, like what do you actually do?
Well, I'll say that I'm a professional by day and inspiration by night.
I love that. Can I use that?
Of course, it's yours. Take it.
All right, so I will respect that you don't want to tell us more, but I'm going to say this. This is a woman that is actually right there into the world, moving and shaking,
Yes.
and really fighting for human rights and human protection. It's all that we will say for now.
Yes.
And I love that because, as I say, we go on social media and it's one thing that people say and we make maybe a false impression.
Yes.
But every now and then we have this amazing surprise that it's actually a real person behind that thing that is doing real things into the world, right?
Yes.
So let's talk money and millionaire wives. How did you come up with this idea?
Absolutely. So I came up with the idea because, first of all, I'm never going to say all, I'm going to say some. Some women believe, me included, believe that they should not have to be the breadwinner, that they should be provided for in a relationship, me included, that it is okay for a man to provide for them, that they can have a two income household, but it's okay to also have a one income household and the man provide for them, me included. So it's not just like, oh, she believes this, but she does that. No, I believe that the man should be the head of the household and he should provide for the woman. Not only should he provide, but he should provide abundantly for that woman. So that was my mindset when coming up with the Millionaire Wife page. And I felt like, you know what? There are other women out there that think like me. And so if there are women out there that think like me, why not reach out to those women and see if I can form a community? And
Yeah.
with the Millionaire Wife page, I was able to find that community. And in that community, I am able to post and have conversations with the women, and we kind of gel together and have conversations, and we go back and forth and talk about our beliefs in that men should provide for women. What things should they provide for the women? How do we feel about this thing? How do we feel about that thing? What
Mhm.
order should it be? Should they provide love first? Should they provide money first? Should they provide materialistic things first? Should it be travel? What should it be? So it's just a little, it's a community. I'm saying a little, but it's a little bit
Yeah.
bigger than that. But
Yeah, absolutely. It's far from being a little community because you're very close to 100,000 followers. The last time I looked, so that's far from being little. I like that, and I'm someone who I'm not going to go through the whole story because people that are here for the past 3 years since I have opened this space, they probably sick of hearing it. But I grew up in a communist country with nothing, right? I mean, no hot water and electricity, nothing. So I've been raised that, you're supposed to work hard, you should never ask for help, regardless of your gender, of your sex, right?
yes,
And not that it's anything wrong with that. I'm very grateful for my
yes,
upbringing because it formed me into this person that I have like strong work ethics, and
yes,
I don't say no to working, and I
yeah,
love making my own money, and I
absolutely.
love spoiling the people around me. But
Hmm.
all that I will say this, I went through a phase where I've been very judgy of women that expect the men to provide everything for them. I was that girl, right? And not long ago, I shifted that belief. And I look it from a more empowered perspective of,
Hmm.
in fact, man is the provider. It's who they are meant to be. And I mean, going beyond the sugar daddy and the sugar baby and all those dynamics, which again, they're welcome. And to say, just because a man provide for me, that doesn't mean that I could also provide for myself.
Hmm. Hmm.
It's just like being very clear
Hmm.
who's contributing with what and whose role is what.
Absolutely.
Mm,
But I want to be clear too. I was raised in a similar way where I was taught work, work, work.
mhm,
Do not depend on a man for anything. I was
mhm.
taught that same exact way. I was raised. I was taught how to do everything for myself, from changing a tire to cleaning, cooking, you name it. I was
Yep.
taught to do all of that for myself. I was even told you don't need a man for anything. I
Oh,
was
yeah.
I was
Yeah.
taught that. It was
Yeah.
beat into me. You don't
Hmm.
need a man for anything.
Yep, same here. Like even when
So
I moved to the States and I was like blown away that people call, a plumber for something if something is wrong and they call an
mhm,
electrician. I'm like, oh, these people know nothing. Like I should figure it out how to fix it. Like don't ask for
exactly.
help, right?
Yeah.
Which if we step back, it's so
Mhm,
unhealthy and not it in a way that it's really dripping in our bones as
mhm.
women
Yeah.
that if we ask for help,
Mhm.
if we receive masculine provision,
Yes.
we receive all kind of sort of help, and for God,
Yeah.
if we receive money, then there's like zillions of labels that come with that, and they're all negative,
Exactly.
right?
Yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So I felt like in doing the page and finding the community of like-minded women that we can kind of strip those labels away.
yeah,
That just because we wanted men to live up to that provider title, that we were not in the wrong for that.
yes,
And I was able to find that community in the Millionaire Wife page.
yeah,
We believe that men are the provider and they should provide, and that does not make us wrong. And guess what? That does not make the men wrong.
yeah,
Men are doing what they want to do, and we are letting them do what they want to do. I don't
yes.
see the problem there.
Yeah, like when we step back enough from what's masculine energy and what's feminine energy in this context,
Mhm.
masculine energy is the one that do, execute, plan, give, and the feminine energy is the one that feel, nurture, love, receive.
Absolutely.
So now somebody smarter than me said, give a woman something and it's gonna give it to you back 100
Yes.
times more, right?
Yes, absolutely.
All the way to
Absolutely.
the, procreation, like give me a tiny little semen and I'm gonna put a baby in your hands in 9 months. That's what women do. That's what we are built for, right?
Yes, yes.
So provide for me, pay my rent,
Mm-hmm.
buy me
Mm-hmm.
the things that I need so I could go create. I'm the creator, I'm not the provider.
Yes, exactly.
Mm,
I agree with that 100% because why why is it that a man who is supposed to be chasing is expecting the woman to do the chasing? We should be in, like you said, in our feminine energy, allowing the man to do what he's supposed to do, which is chase, and we are supposed to be allow them to chase us. And
yeah,
that's what we do in our feminine energy. Allow ourselves to be chased and allow the man to chase us.
yeah. We women still, because for so many generations we are taught differently,
Yeah,
still to learn how to receive, how to allow. I like that you use the word allow because it's such a feminine word.
yes,
It's loving, it's nurturing, it's soft, right?
absolutely.
Allow them to chase you, to date you, to compliment you, to shower you with gifts, with compliments, with good words, with all the things, right? And look, this is coming from someone that I've been married 3 times, right? So
Mhm.
after divorce number 3, I make it very clear in my mind, who am I dating? And it's just getting more clear and clear up to
Absolutely.
today. It's like, I'm going to have a conversation about money. I need my man to be so solid financially that I
Yes,
don't need to think about how I'm going to pay the rent next month. I've been
yes.
doing that all my life. Even when I have partners, they're like established financially, I was
Mhm.
still worried about the money. First of all, because that's all I knew.
Yes.
Second, because he was also expected of me to contribute. So it's like this idea of like, we put everything 50-50, like even going on a date, right? Like, oh, we're gonna split the bill, we're gonna go Dutch, we're gonna go, we are like so many different things. And I'm like, no, just pay the goddamn bill.
Yes.
And not
Yes.
because I need it, is because that's what you want to do.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Regardless if I need it or not, is what I'm saying.
Absolutely. And you know what? This is one of the sayings that I truly love, and I do my best to live by it daily. When it comes to relationships, his money is my money is my money.
Boom. All right. A lot of people will be triggered when they hear that,
Uh,
right?
and I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
And I'm okay with that.
I'm okay with
But
that. I know that they'll be triggered because I used to be that girl.
mhm,
As I say, I used to be that girl that I'll be like, what? Girl, what are you talking about, right?
I'm okay with that
Yeah,
because guess what? It's a choice.
yeah,
I'm not saying it's for everyone. That's the thing. That is the thing. Keep that in mind when I say that. It
yeah.
is not something that I'm saying it's for everyone. It is a choice to
Girl, I'm
get.
in your club. I'm in your club. They only want to be with men. They are
Yes.
then they have more
Yes.
than they need to.
Yes.
They
And
could
that's what I was going to
provide for
say.
me, right? And
Yes.
I I really want to really focus on the financial aspect. Of course, there is so much
Yes.
more to it, right? Like the
Of
emotional
course. But that's
availability,
not what we're
provide
talking
freedom,
about
no, we are talking money.
today.
Why we are
Yes.
talking money? Because we are so freaking triggered about this topic. It's a very taboo topic,
It
money and
is.
relationships, right?
And guess what? Some relationships, the man and the woman, they'll date, they'll get engaged, they'll get married and never talk about it.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what I'm saying. So
I
that's
done
why
that
we're
3 times.
see, and that's what I'm saying. So that's why we're talking about it today. And that's why I'm saying it's a choice. You either choose to talk about it or you don't. But today, this is what we're talking about. This is the type of relationship that we want to have. And this is the type of relationship that the people who follow my page on Instagram, on Facebook, these are the type of relationships that they want to be in or they're in. They choose to have partners who provide for them, who agree that the man's money is the woman's money and the woman's money is the woman's money. This is the type of relationship that they want.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
works for them and their relationship. I'm not saying it works for every relationship, no, but it works for us and it works for the people who follow my page.
Yeah. Yeah. I love that. And also to just, for those of you that watches this or listen and been triggered by it or have all kind of judgment, it's okay, it's fine. But I also want to launch the invitation of it doesn't matter how you go through and what's your journey to get to this conclusion, right? I will just share from what I know. I can't speak for anybody else. Like
Absolutely.
I got to this mindset. First of all, I got from a financial need, right? I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I've been struggling all my life. I did the best. I know how it is to be without money. I know how it is to make a lot of money. I know how it is to don't have food in the fridge. I
Yes.
know how it is to just book a trip and fly next day, right?
Yes.
But just when I say this, that it's someone's life, my life, that was like up and down. And it's a financial stress behind it, right? So that was one thing, like, I don't want to ever be financially stressed about it. That's one way that I got here. And another way that got me here was through, it's a limiting belief. I realize that, but also another limitation of age, right? I mean, as I'm approaching 50, who am I gonna date? People in their 50s, 60s. That's who I choose to date, right? And they're alone. Like, if you a man at this age, and we still need to have a conversation about how we're gonna pay the rent next month, sir, no, sir.
Exactly. You are not the man for me. You are not the
Yeah.
man that I want to spend my time with. You're not the man I want to spend my life with. You are not the man for me. And that's the type of conversations that you have to have with yourself and a potential mate. And guess
Yeah.
what? That's not a conversation that you have on the fifth, sixth, seventh date. That's the conversation you have in the phone conversation phase, not even on
Before
the
you even
first
meet
date.
them.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. In the phone conversation phase, not on
Yeah.
the first date when you're meeting them in person. No, you want to know that before you even see them in person. Hey, what are your finances like? Is this something that you can get with? Is this something that you agree to? That kind of thing. Because guess
Yeah.
what? Why am I sitting across from you at a table when you don't agree to this type of lifestyle? I'm not going
Yeah.
to waste my time with you. I need to
Mhm.
move on.
Said for years, if I say yes to a date, I always go there prepared that I might have to pick up the bill. Can you believe that? But that's how I live my life. I am not even reaching for my wallet. It doesn't
Absolutely.
matter if there is money on my card or not. I am not
Yes.
reaching. That's not my job. And there is two things. And some people might receive this as sounding arrogant, but you know what? I don't want to offend the man across the table.
And
As
you
a
know,
man that knows his role would be very offended for me to ask, do you want to split this?
they would
Would
be
be
so
very
offended.
offended for me to say, let me take this.
They would be so offended. And you
Yeah.
know what else? With you saying you going on the date and you making sure that you have enough to pay for the bill, that tells me that you were not good with your discernment and vetting process.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what
Absolutely.
that tells me.
Yeah. I've been doing that all my life.
Mhm.
I recognize that. And I speak to it because I'm not the only one
Absolutely.
that went through that.
Absolutely.
So it's just an invitation for women, especially, to say, let me step back. What can I do and change in my life, especially, single women?
Absolutely.
Uh, who am I dating? In this podcast, my audience know that phone conversation before I even meet with somebody, I want to have a conversation about sex and lifestyle when it comes to sex and sexual preferences. That's one topic. Another topic is money. And another topic is the lifestyle. And when I say lifestyle, I'm thinking health issue, children, commitments to other exes or whatever, right? Like, uh, these are very important topics for me, and if they don't check, it's fine. It's fine.
Right. That just means they're
Fine.
not the
It's
one.
okay. It's just I'm not going to meet you.
Exactly. But not only that, I think it's truly, truly important, even before you as a woman gets on the phone with a man, it's important for a woman to have those hard conversations with herself.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to clarify it for yourself first in order to be able to communicate it to another person.
And I feel like sometimes us as women are afraid to admit it to ourselves. Not all the time, but sometimes we're afraid to admit to ourselves X, Y, or Z. We're
Mhm.
afraid that, this person might not like me because of this. That person might not like me because of that. So we are afraid to admit it to ourselves. So we find ourselves settling. When, if we just have those tough conversations with ourselves and determine what are our boundaries before we bring anybody else into the mix,
Mhm.
then we will be better suited in our discernment and our vetting process.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's the problem sometimes with women. Because you know why? We are our toughest critics.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
That
Absolutely.
is the problem. We are like, so and so is going to judge me. The world's going to judge me. My families are going to judge me. My friends are going to judge me.
And guess what? They will. So what?
We
If they're
have
gonna judge, why don't you just live a good life? Because they're gonna judge anyway.
100%, but we have to come to terms with that for ourselves
For
first.
ourselves first,
And
100%.
that's the thing that we don't do as
Mm-hmm.
women. So we have to accept ourselves in ourselves, with ourselves,
Yeah.
then project it outwards. And guess what? We are going to live a better life because guess what? We're going to be happier. We're
Yeah.
not going to be miserable. We're not going to be settling for our partner. None of
Mhm.
that. And guess
Yeah.
what? Life is going to look so much better.
100%. I've been in a space where everything has been provided for me. And I like that you say, and then you're gonna be happy. And I still wasn't until I clean up that belief of deservability,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Here's a man paying for everything and you still feel like you're not worthy. And it's
Mhm.
like you have to go have that inner conversation when you clean up and say, I actually deserve it. And
Yes.
instead of feeling all kind of sort of type of way, to
Yes.
actually you get to feel not only happy, but you get to
Mhm.
feel grateful, thankful,
Yes.
appreciated, cared for, and all
Yes.
that is going to bring you to the happiness, right?
Yes. And that's what I'm saying. It starts within us. And I
Yeah.
don't think enough women hear that you have to love yourself first and accept yourself first. Because we
Mhm.
hear self-care, we hear women empowerment, but what does that actually mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Break it
Like,
down.
what do you do? Like, I work with people, around sexuality and sex and kinks and BDSM and how to express our sexuality. And it the behavior is the same no matter what topic you're talking about, when you're talking.
Yes.
And they say, well, I didn't have an orgasm in such and such a time. My partner doesn't know how to satisfy me. And I'm like, okay, before we talk about your partner, let's step back. Do
Yes.
you know what you like? Did you have
Yes.
explore your body? Do you know how you like to be touched? Do you know how you prefer things to happen? Like, you have to know yourself first
Absolutely.
because nobody's
Absolutely.
reading mine. And then if you know that, as you say it, like with money, and
Yes.
then what the kind of type of support you need to learn and to be like solid and certain into how to communicate that.
Right.
So that's what your job is finished. Like, do your job first, and then from there, this is who I am, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, this is how I like it. Now I'm
Yes.
telling it to you. Now it's in your court.
Absolutely.
If that doesn't land anywhere, I'm talking with the wrong person. But
Absolutely.
I did my job.
Exactly. But we as women are so busy judging ourselves,
Yeah.
worrying about what the world will
Experts.
see, worrying about everything else, not taking the time to listen to our own thoughts. We don't take that time to check in with ourselves.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's what I want women your listening audience to do.
Yeah.
Listen to your inner thoughts. Take some time for yourself. Listen to yourself. Check in. What do you want before you go out and try and meet somebody new, before you try to do this thing? Listen to yourself and then do that thing.
Yes, yes. And talking about it, would you tell us a little bit about the book that I'm going to put the link in the description and invite everyone to go and download it? Like you don't have to wait for any shipping. You could just click purchase and have it in your hands. Tell
Yes,
us a little bit.
yes, so the free ebook that I will be sharing with your listening audience to give them a taste of what they can get on my page daily is called The Millionaire Magnet: 45 Places to Find Wealthy, Successful Men. So in the book, they will get tangible locations to where they can actually meet wealthy,
Brilliant.
successful men. Not one,
I,
not two, but
I
45.
went through them. Brilliant. Well done. And then tell us about the book that we could purchase.
So I have two. So one of the books is called Millionaire Mindset: Building Relationships in Exclusive Circles. So this book teaches you how to interact with people in a higher status, millionaires, billionaires. This is how you behave. This is how you dress. This is how you make yourself look like you belong, even if you don't. Meaning, not saying you don't belong in that setting, but let's say you don't have $1 million. This
Yeah,
book
like where
teaches
do
you
I start? How, like I know
exactly,
where to meet people because you already give me that for free, and then I
exactly.
need to learn what do I need to change about my mindset, how I see myself, what do I network, how do I interact with these people? Yep.
Exactly. How do I dress? And it's
Mhm.
not saying to go out buy clothes. It's saying this is how you accessorize what you already have.
Right.
This is how you engage in a conversation with millionaires and billionaires. So the book
And then
gives
when
you
you do, they're gonna buy those clothes for you, and then it's on the situation.
exactly, exactly. So all you have to do is invest $5 or $10, and now this book is going to give you all the things that you need. So that's one of the books, the Building Relationships in Exclusive Circles. And then the other book, which is my favorite, I call it my baby. It's your 30-day blueprint to attract, date, and keep a high value man. That is like my baby. I feel like it's everything in a nutshell. So let's say, like we were just talking about, you want to do the inner work, you want to build yourself up. You're like, you know what? I've been doing this all wrong. I just want to know all of the steps. Like, give me like a inner work makeover.
Yeah.
That is what
Yeah.
this book is, the 30-day blueprint. It's going to make you over from the inside out. After those 30 days, you're going to feel like a new you. That's what this
Mhm.
book is. It's
I
going to
love
take
that.
you from A to Z. It's going to give you all the tools, all the inner things you need, from mindset to makeover, so that you are ready to meet that millionaire, billionaire, wealthy mate. That's what that book is about.
Oof, I love it. I love it. And here's what I love about it though, because there are millions of books with those topics, right?
Yes.
What I love about it is like here we are with having a conversation, and some people might say, "Yeah, well, okay, all that sounds good, but how the hell do I do that?" Well, this is how you
Yes.
do that. Like this
Yes.
took the time in all the knowledge and expertise and all the conversation in a community of over 90,000 people, and summarize and encoded information to put it into like step by step. Day
I was
one,
just about to say
do
it's
the book.
step by
Exactly.
step, broke it all the way down to tangible pieces.
Yeah. Ooh, well, thank you. What
Of
a gift.
course.
And what a gift you are. And I so deeply appreciate your page. I'm following it. It's one of my favorites. So it's coming in my feed all the time.
I love it.
And
Because we post so much. Like, we post so much. My page is so full of tidbits, I'll say, and the visuals. Exactly.
energy of your page, right? Because you're there and it feels luxurious. So, and that's the thing though, because
Hmm.
if we talk law of attraction and all the things, and
Hmm.
again, millions of books about it, but we
Yes.
all know by now that it's all about how you feel, right?
Yes.
So, yeah, I might not have $1 million in a bank, but
Exactly.
going there every day or getting that into
Yes.
my feed every day just for a glimpse of few seconds, I feel it's pretty, it feels good.
Yes.
Put me into that energy, and that's how we attract. So I want to thank you
Exactly.
in advance for helping me attract all the abundance and the millionaires that
You're so welcome, because they're going to
wanted
be
me.
beating your door down very soon if they're not already.
Yes, yes, yes. Oh man, thank you.
Yes,
All right, so that's that for now. We could always come back and talk some more, but
of
for now,
course.
please, everyone, open the show notes, look into those materials that you could access it like immediately,
Immediately.
and follow the page because, as I say, it's changing the energy in your day. It literally does. So in closing, I want to invite you, Miss Millionaire Wife, to close us with an invitation or intention or a suggestion or advice, anything that you feel called to.
Absolutely. So I want to say before we go, please follow Millionaire Wife, one word, on Instagram and Facebook, and then the website millionairemagnetwife.com. And some takeaways. I love a good takeaway. My first takeaway is going to be never settle. That's going to be my first takeaway. And I tell that to anybody. Once you have listened to your inner self, once you have determined what you want, not what your mom wants, not what your best friend wants, not what your cousin wants, once you have determined what you want, do not settle until you get it. And it has to be pure, it has to be genuine, it has to make you happy as a person. Don't settle until you get it. Keep going. It is out there. No matter how much you think, no, I'll never find it. Yes, you will. I'm telling you today, I'm telling you here, it's out there and you will get it. Secondly, and the last thing I'll say is just because it seems daunting, just because your past did not work out the way you wanted it to, there is light at the end of the tunnel. Keep going. That's how I'll leave this.
Thank you so much. I love it. Nothing else to add. Thank you, everyone, for seeing you here. I will see you next time in the same place, in the same time, and wish you all having a wonderful Bear Millionaire experience. Smooches. And this is where we landed. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope you are feeling inspired, empowered, and just a little bit more bear. If you enjoy the show, make sure to leave a review to let me know. For more bear experiences, go to simonaspark.com/bear and follow us on Instagram at simonasparkworld. I can't wait to have you back. Until then, be bear. Bold, authentic, radical, expressed. See you next time.